It's your girl Melody, and today I just got a little quick story time for y'all. This is how I got started making beats. Alright, so we gonna take it way back. And before I get started, if you want more of my content, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Support the channel. I'm trying to do some things out here. So alright, so how I got started making beats. So a long time ago, when I was 8 years old, my cousin Pumpkin had bought me this Diva Stars doll. And these little dolls, they was like computer dolls, basically. Like, you would put a little chip in their, I think it was their feet or their back or something like that. I would try to put like a picture of them up or whatever. But with those dolls, they was like computers, they talk to you and all that. And I don't remember if it was a CD-ROM that came with them or if it was a website. But either way, when you went to their little Diva Stars world or whatever, you could make beats on the site. Like, they had a bunch of options and you could do a bunch of different things on there. But what I used to like to do was make beats. Because I think one of the dolls was like a DJ or something like that. So that's what I did. Started making little beats on there. And that was my introduction to, like learning how to use like a, guess you would call it a sequencer or whatever. And just learning how to basically put what I heard in my head inside the computer and put the sounds all together. And then, after that, then, a few years go by, end up moving to Atlanta with my mom. And my mentor actually had like a whole studio set up in his basement. So he had FL Studio on there. At this time, I was like 12. I used to be down there in that basement for hours. Like, I would just lose track of time. I would be so focused. He showed me how to, start off making the beats. So that's what I did. I just used to be down there, hours at a time. And then me and two of my friends got together and we came up with this group called the Candy Pieces. And we started doing our stuff. We go record. I had learned how to record in FL Studio too. So we would record. I would make the beats. We would record and put our little songs all together, put them on a CD. We was in a talent show. That didn't go too good for us, but we ended up being able to redeem ourselves in front of our classmates and, sing our songs. And it was cool because the class already knew the songs. Like, that was the first time I ever performed. And then hearing my classmates like rapping my songs with me, like, you couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was it. Thought I was a star. But yeah, so then after that, let's see, I think it might have actually been some years that I had, I wasn't, making beats. But then I came back up to Harrisburg, PA, where I'm from, and my nephew had a program called PC DJ. So I started making beats on there. And then I remember I made this cold beat on there. But shortly after that, my computer crashed. And, like, when those things happen, when technology fail you is devastating. Like, when you don't have your stuff backed up and, you just lose track of work that you really put your all into. That's sad, and sometimes that can break your spirit a little bit. So yeah, for a while I don't think I was producing. Maybe like a year I had stopped. And then my nephew had got the updated version of FL Studio. So we was working with that. Yeah, we was working with that for a while. And I was on to something. And I had a boyfriend at the time who was just showing me how to do new things and learn, more learning how to work the FL Studio even better or whatever. So So then after that, high school, ended up moving back to Atlanta. And by this time, I finally was like in that space where, like, you know, in Atlanta, like, you was kind of surrounded by music. Like, you go to the store, you might see a rapper. You stand on the street. I literally have been doing photo shoots, like, just on the street, like on the west side, and see Rocco come up to my mom or whatever. So, you know, when you in that environment and you're around plenty more creative people, it pushes you to be creative. So I would say by then, that's when I started getting the momentum and really staying and sticking with it finally. Not stop, start all the time. I was like, all right, I'm gonna really stay with it. And met a producer. Met another producer named, well, even before that, there was this other guy. He just looked out for me. Like, I had just got a new computer, a new Dell, and he put like a bunch of sound. He just upgraded everything, like, on my computer or whatever. And I had them new sounds, because people would say, like, your beats is good, but you need some more sound kits. You need some more up-to-date drum kits. So he did that. And then that computer ended up getting spyware on it. I cried. It was like a nightmare for me. Like, I remember going to sleep just wishing that this was not real, because I had really started going hard. I had all my new sound, my new drum kits. I had just signed with the second label I was with, called One Dynasty ENT. Just signed with them. We had beats that we were on, you know, we had recorded on and everything. Luckily, they had all that stuff, you know, backed up and everything. But all the beats that I had on there that I didn't have backed up, they were just done. Like, just gone. You know, after the spyware was on there, I couldn't get to that stuff anymore. Or at least I thought I couldn't. So that was another major hindrance. But then ended up getting another computer. And that's when I met the producer, True Wealth. That was interesting, you know, but he ended up upgrading everything for me too. Like, on that new computer, he put Nexus on there. He put Electra X? Electra. He put on there. He put like 3-4 drum kits, because that's always been an issue for me, like the technical side, like, where you gotta sit there and learn how to install the programs and all that. Excuse me, I still to this day, I'm not really good with doing that. But you know, if I give me a little laptop with everything already fully installed, I know how to make some stuff sound good. But yeah, so that's what happened. He ended up upgrading everything and really helping me out, showing me new tricks and tips to make the workflow faster. And, you know, it was up from there, you know. And then what I learned is that you really have to keep going. Like, even when things go wrong, like computers crashing, hard drives crashing, people, I ain't even gonna get into that, but basically things happen. They may slow up your process, but you still gotta keep going. And on top of that, it's a blessing to have people that will really help you, you know, to have people who see that you working with a little something, and they just want to help you even more, push you even more towards your full potential. So I am really blessed to have had those people come into my life. So yeah, that's the moral of the story. Stay with it. Consistency is everything. Now, when I sit down and make beats, I'm gonna do at least 5 beats a day. Like, really get used to it. That's how you improve your skill. That's how you improve with anything. You have to really keep going. You can't let you can't let, you know, when things go wrong, you can't let that slow you down. You can't let that stop you. You really just have to keep going. It's been a long time, you know, learning new technology, learning different sounds, music changes. You gotta adapt with the changes, and you know, you gotta figure out how to still have your own sound, signature sound. I feel like that's something that you know, kind of gets pushed to the side these days. Everybody wants to sound the same. I make sure that I make a point to keep my signature sound. I try to stay away from trendy things, because trendy is only going to be hot for the moment. You want to make classic beats. You want to make beats that, yeah, you made them today, but they still can be hot like 10 years from now. That's why Timbaland is Timbaland, because he made stuff that came out 20, 30 years ago that is still current today, still trending on TikTok today, because he did, well, he didn't do what everybody else was doing. He didn't sound like nobody else out. He sounded like him. Even still to this day, you hear a Timbaland beat, you know that's a Timbaland beat. You know, that's one thing I loved about that era. Everybody had a signature sound. You know, you hear Swiss Beats, you know that's a Swiss Beats. You hear Jermaine Dupri, you know that's Jermaine Dupri. You hear one of my favorites, Lil Jon, you know that's Lil Jon, because they sounded like them. Manny Fresh, he sound like him. It's signature, it's special, it's just for them. You know, I really want producers to get back to doing that. You know, it can't be everybody sounding the same. You know, we need to get back to being original. So anyway, I don't want to get too long-winded, but that's my producer story. If you like my content, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's keep producing. Let's get back to making that signature classic music. All right, it's your girl Melody, and I'm signing out.
Beats by Melody.